Hello, I'm Lisa Kelly, and I help the Feeling Good Institute as well as David Burns with PR. And I'm so happy to be here with Dr. Jacob Towery. And we're at David Burns's 4-day intensive here in San Francisco. It's day 3. So David invited Jacob to give about a 20-minute talk today, and I just have to say, Jacob, you were really excellent. And before I ask you some questions, I'd like to tell our audience a little bit about you.
Sure.
Jacob Towery is a child, adolescent, and adult psychiatrist here in the Palo Alto, San Francisco area, and he is also the author of the depression book.
The antidepressant.
The antidepressant book, which he recently published, I think like in the last year or so.
Yeah, about a year ago.
Okay, wonderful. And it's been very well received with therapists and families and clients who are struggling with depression and looking for very significant and helpful ways to recover. So he is also an adjunct clinical professor at Stanford, and so I'm so delighted to have you with us today, Jacob. So, Jacob, tell me a little bit more about yourself and what you're doing. I understand you've been working or you will be working in the East Palo Alto community with adolescents, and it's a pilot project of sorts.
Yep.
It's the first time you've done it. So tell us a little bit more about yourself and your practice and the really exciting things you're doing in the community.
Sure. I think I only need about maybe like 4 to 5 hours to answer that question. I'll start with the easier one, is what we're doing in East Palo Alto. So we're calling it Tools for Teens, and it's about 35 hours of free instruction for high school students who are struggling with anxiety and or depression. And a lot of teens around here don't have a lot of financial resources but still really need help. So I created a curriculum which will be about 30 to 35 hours, and next week, Monday through Friday, we're doing an intensive style group where we'll have probably about 7 or 8 teenagers, and we'll go over cognitive and behavioral and mindfulness skills to deal with anxiety and depression. It'll be totally free, and about half the learners are from East Palo Alto, and we have someone coming from Fresno, and I'm excited to offer that next week.
Well, terrific. So how did you select these special candidates for your program? Can you tell me a little about that and why?
Yeah, I really want this course to be life-changing and helpful, and I want it to actually make a difference in their lives rather than it just be a week where people come and receive something passively and don't get anything out of it. So the way I designed it was that we did an orientation several weeks ago where I gave an overview of what the course would be and what would be involved in it, and then I gave people a copy of my book and had them begin to start implementing healthy behavioral changes that they might not already be doing, like getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep per night, doing a lot of vigorous physical exercise, developing a daily meditation practice. And my hope is that that will put them in a better state of mind where they will already have less anxiety and depression symptoms, but they'll also be in a place where they're more able to think clearly and learn a variety of cognitive and mindfulness and behavioral skills.
Mm-hmm.
So I really selected for people that were willing to do the work. I really want motivated teenagers who are willing to put in the effort so they can get the most out of it. And then I also took socioeconomic status into account so that people who are struggling could benefit from it.
Terrific. These young people are very, very fortunate to be working with you. And so you're spearheading this, but it sounded like there was a we in your introduction. Are you working with another organization, by yourself? How do you get this program off the ground? How do you find these kids?
Yeah, so it's definitely been a communal effort. Tu Wong is a marriage and family therapy intern who is assisting me If there are any emergencies that come up while I'm teaching, she's going to be there to take over and instruct while I'm gone, or she might help someone who's really having a panic attack or having a big challenge. Trudy Palmer has been amazing. She knows way more than I do about marketing and promotion and making flyers and things like that, which I have no experience or strength in. And she helped a lot with even recruiting a group of parents like Chris Kim and a couple other people that helped with emails and organization and getting these things out. Project We Hope is a fantastic homeless shelter in East Palo Alto that's generously donating space for us to use. Trudy and her group are making lunch for all the kids every day so that those who have trouble either affording lunch or wouldn't be able to go to a restaurant in the middle of the time, they're bringing free lunch for everyone. Trudy generously donated some of her own funds so that if there were teens that wanted to exercise but they didn't have money for like running shoes, they could do that. So I've been very fortunate to have people helping me with this project.
Beautiful, beautiful that it's a grassroots community effort, and that you, with your expertise, can deliver the goods. You can deliver the high quality, high speed treatment for depression, anxiety to those most vulnerable children in the community. Terrific.
Yeah, I really only know how to do some teaching and some therapy, and a lot of the other stuff I know nothing about. So I'm pleased that there are other people that know more about it and are willing to do that stuff.
All right. Well, do you mind if we check in with you later in the summer to see how the program worked out?
Yeah, that'd be totally fine.
Would love to know some results of this terrific initiative. Anything else you'd like to say before we wrap up?
I'm also going to offer a pro bono intensive for a week in September. I went to Burning Man for the first time about 3 years ago and got more excited about gifting and the value of giving things away without any attachment to outcome, without any finances involved. And a couple of years ago, the first year I did not go to Burning Man, I decided that in the spirit of Burning Man, I would, if I couldn't go, offer a week, in addition to some other things, but offer a week of just free therapy to 1 or 2 clients who needed a 10-hour or 20-hour intensive. So I've decided to make that an annual tradition. So if anyone wants help for themselves or someone else and can live with a one-shot, maybe 10 to 20 hours of treatment, they're welcome to contact me and see if I still have space, and happy to offer that for free in September.
Wow, you are really a generous person, and as a clinician, as a private clinician, I can imagine this takes a lot of time and a personal investment of your own funds. Time is money.
Thank you. I am sometimes generous. I'm still trying that on for size. I sometimes think of myself as too self-centered and not generous enough, but I'm trying to behaviorally be more generous. And so hopefully one day that adjective will feel very fitting.
Oh, well, anything else before we conclude that you would like to say? It's really enjoyable being here with you on this beautiful, beautiful San Francisco day.
Yeah, this is fun. This is my first Facebook Live. You made it really easy to do. I've never done this before. So, actually, I don't even know if this is Facebook Live. It might be an actual video. So, yeah, this is fun. I feel really grateful to get to be a team therapist and have these really intimate relationships with my clients and see people get better pretty quickly. So I feel fortunate to have the career that I do.
Well, and I have to say, I feel very fortunate that I get to have the relationships with colleagues like yourself, and living in a place like Colorado, and other therapists have come from across the country and the world to attend David's 4-day intensives, and like the one that we have here today. And it's a little bit like a family reunion.
Yeah.
Where we get to be with people we admire and respect, and we're developing friendships. So I'm glad that I'm developing one with you.
I agree.
All right. Well, we'll check in with you later in the summer and see how things are going.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Alrighty.
Lisa.
Bye-bye.
Bye.